What's going on there, YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with another YouTube video. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the 7 key essentials that you guys are going to need to get into the ATM business. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. These 7 key essentials that you're gonna need to run ultimately your ATM business is the most crucial things that you will need inside your guys' ATM business. I wish I would have had these things laid out for me before I even got started in my business. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to stick through this entire video because again, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys step by step and I'm gonna dive into each step, each essential that you guys are gonna need for your guys' ATM business. Number 1 is going to be, obviously you need an ATM. Now, I've had a lot of questions, I've had a lot of concerns, I've had a lot of people reach out to me via email, reach out to me via Instagram, or reach out to in the comment section below saying, hey Austin, listen man, I can get an ATM for $2,995, or I can get an ATM for $24.95 or $23.95 or $22.95, and ultimately the price doesn't matter, but you guys have to understand that there's 2 options that you can go for an ATM. Obviously, if you guys are interested in seeing the other options for the ATMs, I have other videos on my channel that you can go check out. But the 2 standard ATMs that we use are 1, the Gen Mega 2500, or 2, the Yosong Halo 2s. Obviously, in all of my videos and all of my Instagram photos and all of our testimonials, you see Halo 2s. Why? Because they're the most generic, they're the easiest ATMs to even work with. They're the most seen ATMs, which allow us to ultimately do more transactions on a monthly basis. So number 1, you're gonna need an ATM. Where to purchase an ATM? There's companies like Cardtronics, there's companies like ATM One, there's companies like Capital ATMs, there's companies like us that you can go to purchase your very own ATM. In fact, if you guys are interested, in the link in the description below allows you to purchase an ATM. Go onto our website, check it out. If you have any questions, go ahead and DM me or reach out to us via email. If you haven't already, make sure to go like this video because this video needs to be shared with a lot of people. I'm sharing with you guys the 7 key essentials you guys need to get started in your guys' ATM business. All right, guys. Now, number 2 of your key essentials that you need to get inside the ATM business, and as you guys are aware, it is going to be your guys' ATM placement contract. Now, why, Austin, would we need an ATM placement contract? Because we live in 2020, ladies and gentlemen, and having an ATM contract is ultimately not even a non-viable option for you to land your ATM and not get a contract signed. So, how are you going to get an ATM contract? Well, obviously, if you purchase an ATM through us, I'm not selling you our ATM, but if you purchase an ATM through us, we actually give you our ATM contract. Now, obviously, this ATM contract we had written by our attorney, by our lawyer, so obviously I'm not going to give you any legal advice inside this contract or share with you what's in this contract, but this contract allows us to place our ATM inside that location or your business for X amount of time. And it helps us as the ATM operators know that our ATM is going to be safe and secure inside your location for that allotted time. Now, what do I recommend for you guys? I recommend either hiring a lawyer or purchasing an ATM through a company that allows you to get their ATM contracts that is allowable to have that ATM placement inside that business. Again, I would not move forward in placing your guys' ATM inside of a location that you don't have an ATM contract for. Why? And here's why. I'll share with you guys why. I'll tell you guys a little bit of one of our stories. We used to not use ATM contracts back in the good old days when we got started in the ATM business. And ultimately what happened is we placed an ATM and in 10 days or 2 weeks would pass by and they'd call us and they'd say, hey Austin, listen man, I need you to move your ATM. And I'm like, what? Why? They're like, well, I'm going out of business, or I just don't want it anymore. I'm like, it's doing transactions, we're making money. Well, I just don't want it anymore. It's taking up too much space. Or whatever baloney excuse they would give me. Or I'm moving shops. I'm like, oh my goodness, why didn't you tell me that 2 weeks ago when I got this thing installed? And the answer was, I was missing out on so much time. I was missing out on so much money with not having them sign a contract because it was just a handshake. It was, hey Austin, yeah, you can place your ATM in my shop for 5 years. Here you go, shake my hand, boom. There was nothing concrete. There was nothing set in stone. Again, this is just to not hurt the individual that's signing this. This is just to make the person that owns the ATM, that operates the ATM, a little bit at ease, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to know, the second I sign this contract, I'm going to make money for a minimum of 5 years. Or whatever the contract agreement you have is inside. Ladies and gentlemen, that was key essential. Number 2 is you do need a contract. Obviously, number 3 to the key essentials that you guys will need to get started in your ATM business. Yes, as you guys saw, I'm sorry, but you guys are going to need some capital. You guys are going to need some money. Now, obviously, a lot of you guys that are watching my videos are like, awesome, but in your videos, you've shared with me that you can actually get started in the ATM business without actually having any money. And as that's all true 100%, right? As it is all true 100%, you will need some capital in order to get started in the ATM business. Now, obviously, depending on how much capital it is that you can get or you have access to or you can get funding for, which happens to be the link in the description below, 100% APR for 0 to 12 months for up to $100,000 in the link in the description below. Depending on how much capital that you truly do have, you are going to need some capital. Now, if you are just going to be purchasing an ATM and you're not going to be loading the machine, then on average you're going to need right around $2,500. Why, Austin? Well, you're going to need to purchase an ATM. Have somebody else fill it with their own cash. If you are going to be the owner of the ATM and you are going to be the loader, you're going to need right around $4,000 to $5,000. Awesome, why would I need $4,000 to $5,000? $2,500 for an ATM, another $2,000 to load the ATM. So obviously if you're going to go to 5 ATMs or 10 ATMs, you're just going to have to dictate, well, 1, you're going to need to purchase an ATM, and 2, you're going to need to load the ATM, or are you going to have somebody else load the machine? Obviously this always dictates, it always differentiates based on if you're going to be owning the machine and loading it, or if you're just going to be loading it, or if you're just going to be owning it. But guys, you will need some sort of capital. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Alright guys, this is not a phone. This is actually a DPL unit. This unit right here, as you can see, dplwireless.com, this is actually a Wi-Fi box. Now, obviously, you guys are going to need Wi-Fi or an Ethernet cable in order to plug in your ATM in order for that ATM to actually work. Now, this box right here costs right around, $250 to $300, depending on where you buy it. It also comes with a beautiful monthly subscription to use your guys' ATMs. You are going to need, number 4, a Wi-Fi unit, right? Now, in order to actually purchase this, you're going to need to go through a company. I mean, obviously, you can go through DPL themselves. They're not going to give you the greatest of deals because, you're just somebody that went to the company and did the deal, right? Or if you come from us and we set you up with DPL, they're actually going to give you one of the best industry prices because of our relationship and how many Wi-Fi boxes we've actually purchased from the company and have currently on our monthly subscription. Now, this Wi-Fi box allows your ATM to sit inside of any business, depending on any location. With this box, essentially, I'm not even joking, you could put your ATM literally outside, run an extension cord, put this box into it, connect it to the Wi-Fi box, and your ATM will work. Yes, literally, outside. It's unbelievable. But this unit, if you do not have this unit, what will you need? You personally will need an Ethernet cable. You'll have to hire some sort of handyman that actually goes into the business and wires an Ethernet cable to your ATM. Therefore, you don't have the monthly added costs that this DPL unit requires you to have. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you will be required to have Wi-Fi on your guys' ATM. All right, guys. Number 5. Yes, you're going to need some ATM tools. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the tools you're really going to need for an ATM, but you are going to need the basic ATM tools in order to actually service your guys' ATM. Now, awesome, what do those ATM tools require? Those ATM tools require, maybe a rag to wipe down your ATM to make it presentable, to make it clean, to make it nice, to make it look pretty. That way it does more transactions. Now, obviously, you're not going to need a screwdriver, and you're not going to need, I don't know what this is, but not a pair of pliers, I can assure you that. But you are going to need some essentials in order to keep your ATM clean and actually serviced, right? Just remember, make sure and go on to Amazon, click ATM Tools, go purchase those essentials. If you guys haven't already, I have another video that actually talks about the tools that you need inside your little handy bag that you guys can have for your guys' ATM tools. That's number 5. That's the 5th essential you're going to need inside your ATM business. All right, guys. Now, number 6. Yes, you guys are gonna need a safe. Now, what do I put my safe in my safe? I put my passport, I put my ATM keys, I go ahead and put my car keys, I go ahead and put all the essentials that you will need to run your guys' ATM business. Now, obviously, as you guys can see, the prices range anywhere from $60, ranging all the way up to $217. But you essentially are going to want to purchase one of these beautiful things. That way you can keep your belongings safe as well as your guys' money. All right, guys. Now, number 7. Number 7 is very crucial. And number 7 happens to be one of the key essentials that you have to have in order to ultimately crush and murder the ATM business. Number 7 happens to be a reliable vehicle. Not a motorcycle like a Honda Grom like I have, but a reliable vehicle. And I'm gonna share with you guys my reliable vehicle that I personally use to run my ATM business. Now, obviously, one, we have a beautiful machine that happens to be a Prius. This is a 2009 Prius. You know, this gets right around 55 miles to the gallon. You know, I fill it, to fill it up, it cost me right around $24. Here's my Prius, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this beautiful machine is what we ride in to fill up our ATMs. This is a machine that you guys will personally want to purchase. And if you really want to waste some gas, go purchase this beautiful thing. This happens to be my 2007 WRX wagon. This thing gets right around 20 miles to the gallon on a good day, especially the way I drive it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this video. If you guys haven't already, make sure and go smash that thumbs up button. Help the YouTube algorithm share this video with more people. If you haven't already, make sure and go subscribe to your boy, because your boy needs some more subscribers. That was the key essentials, the 7 essentials that it is that you guys need in order to go out there and crush your guys' ATM business. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Lewis here, and we'll see you guys in some future videos.